Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena we are playing Terragrid's Heavy or Terragrid Black. We are playing a Terragrid somewhat discard, somewhat sacrificey themed mono black list featuring the Ogre Warrior itself, Shakedown Heavy. Now, this is our first deck running Shakedown Heavy. This is a 3-mana 6/4 Menace Ogre Warrior rare, and when it attacks, defending player may have you draw a card. If they do, untap Shakedown Heavy and remove it from combat. I was skeptical of this card during the card review. I remain skeptical of the card, but I think that it is really useful in a deck like this to put some kind of pressure on the opponent and to put some large bodies on the battlefield that they have to respect and use the removal on. One of the big problems with making Terragrid God of Fright work, something I am constantly asked to do, Terragrid, CGB, play Terragrid. Card doesn't work very well because, quite honestly, you put it out there and it dies. Anybody else know this experience? The main reason that this is a pretty much constant in MTG Arena is because this is a lightning rod and it's often in decks filled with discard cards and sacrifice effects, which, like, the opponent's not going to use their removal on those. They're going to use their removal on the Terragrid. So unless you're also like playing cards like Duress, which are kind of hard. I mean, you can run them with Terragrid, but they're kind of hard to work with Terragrid since they often have to take spells. It's really hard to actually get this, both have enough time to stay alive, get this on the battlefield, and get it to activate. If you do get it to activate, there are a lot of payoffs where we make the opponent sacrifice something good, and then we get to keep it. Enrique Nathi is really into that. Invoke Despair is a card I haven't paired with Terragrid yet, is really into that. For our discard angle, we've got 4 copies of Acquisitions Experts. Now, these are rogues, and they actually make the opponent reveal more cards based on how many party members you have. And I just want to point out that we've actually got some support for this. We got some warriors. Tenacious Underdog, Shakedown Heavy are both warriors, so maybe you can look at 2 cards with your Acquisitions Expert or something. There's 1 Inscription of Ruin. Look, I don't want to run a lot of like Mind Rot effects, a lot of just, target player discards 2 cards. I think that those are generally too slow and too weak for standard, especially in a format where every card feels like a 2-for-1. So I'm avoiding overwhelming the deck with that, and I'm trying to play just, the good things about Mono Black. Mythic Massacre, Invoke Despair, Shambling Ghast, Deadly Dispute. We cut it down to the bare minimum so we can make room for Terragrid and some of the other nonsense. But you see what we're kind of doing here. Then we got 1 copy of Blood in the Snow. I think Blood in the Snow is a good card if you're playing the super grindy version of the deck, but you have to make room somehow for the Terragrid package. I think having 1 is a good kind of check for the opponents, and we also have, we can just run 19 Snowlands, and then maybe they're so afraid of Blood on the Snow that they play around it a good amount of the time, and they get removed or messed with by other things. Maybe they hold back a big creature because they're worried about your Blood on the Snow, and you slam Terragrid, and you make them discard it with Acquisitions Expert. Yeah! And then we Terragridded. Another cool thing about Shakedown Heavy is if they do take a hit from this card, they get pretty low on life. It makes the Lantern way more effective. So it's pretty cool that if you play a Shakedown Heavy on turn 3, you go and attack with it on turn 4, and they're like, I'll take 6. I'm doing okay. Then you're like, boom, slam a Lantern. Now you lose 3 life or you discard. Next turn, boom, Lantern. Lose 3 life or you discard, plus Invoke Despair. And now they're like, okay, I shouldn't have taken that 6. Oh my gosh, my life total is way lower than I expected. And now you're drawing off the Shakedown Heavy every turn. It's good times. Editor, remove that throat sound. I, of course, have perfect golden vocal cords that every very young Magic enthusiast would have. All right, just moving right along from that, I am at DreamHack Dallas coming up this weekend, so make sure you check out DreamHack Dallas if you're in the area. I'm really looking forward to meeting all of you. Find me. Get a card or deck box signed if that's what you would like, a playmat, whatever. Or if I've got time, play a Commander game. Or if you're not into like that kind of thing, or you're just a casual fan, I don't know, just fist bump or say hello, hell, yell at me as I walk past in my shimmering or Essence, I love your stuff, and I'll be like, you're cool, and it'll be a great exchange. I don't know. I never know what to expect at these things, but so far the response has been pretty overwhelming. It's been cool to meet everybody, and it's really my biggest goal for the year. I want to meet the people who have made the last few years of my life so unique and incredible. So that's you guys, in case you didn't know. It really is, no matter what Twitch CGB says. By the way, I hope you enjoy some of the Historic Brawl content as that is coming out. If those are getting released, it's a 2-a-day type thing, so you can always watch a standard video and Historic Brawl later if you want to, or skip it if you don't like it. Whatever you want to do. Also, because I'm recording so many intros and outros to stockpile for my week away, no post-game wraps. So as far as metas share, I don't think that this deck has a very specific weakness, like where this deck falls in the actual meta. Brutal Cathar is just a freaking problem, man. It's just a problem. And it makes it so that Boros deck and the mono white deck just get right around any card like Shakedown Heavy or Henrika Damnathi or Tergrid for that matter. So it's almost like none of your stuff can really stick to the battlefield. If you want to beat those decks, you need to trim some of the more expensive cards and run Rays of Enfeeblement and Infernal Grasps. And I wasn't willing to do that. I wanted to play some good mid-range slogfest here with Tergrid. One thing I really wanted to see was an opponent attack with a Rafine and discard a whole bunch of creatures. And then I steal them all. That would be fun. But in terms of the Boros meta, this is not the build that is the best against the pure aggro of the format. It's mostly for fun, and it's definitely more of like a DC type brew. And here at the end of the season, with everybody trying to be top 250 Mythic now to qualify for an event, it is not a good time to bring a brew. But we do it anyway, because it's fun. So let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin, and since there's no post-game wraps, you're cool.
Hey guys, it's me. It's Gingy again. I'm just chilling here in my backyard. And I must admit, I am pleased with the subscriptions so far. So I'm gonna thank the newest members of Jin's Minions by reading some comments. We must quench Jin's thirst. Well, it's not the only thing we need to quench. Unsubscribe, Ginny G, I promise. Yes, like this. I think I may have wet myself laughing. How'd you know I like it wet? I'm scared of meme lord Jin Taxus. Please play pragmatic. It's prismatic, okay? Prismatic. 130 cards. If I find you, I'm going to complete you. Long-time watcher, never a subscriber until now. Welcome to Jin's Minions, pleb. You smell like cheese. Anyway, feed my hunger. 169, 420. Gingy out.
On the draw, D's hand has a turn 2 play. I've had so many games that aren't games lately, I'm just rattled. Alright, they're gonna play with fire. Are they gonna hold it? They are. The restraint. So if I play the acquisitions expert here, they actually don't end up discarding a card. But yeah, I think that's a good enough reason to hold the card, to be honest. Because we do need it to go with the Deadly Dispute on turn 4. It's too important. It's too important. Oh, Cathartic Pyre, crap. Still, it would just, either they would want the discard. Oh, this sucks. I was hoping we were against Boros aggro on a slow hand with Play with Fire, and now we're up against Velomachus Lorehold. This is really bad. I don't think they care about Shakedown Heavy the same way. This is just a terrible matchup for us. He is a party member, so there's that. They took 3. Oh, they don't have Invoke Justice next turn. They might be just waiting to kill this, but I guess we try. Do I draw or do you take 6? I draw. Okay. You know what hurts their discarding ideas? Tergrid. If they try to, like, discard some stuff, you can get them. I think they might have, like, big score, something like that here, though. Look at that. All right, take the big score. I'm sure they have another. Yeah, here comes Invoke Justice. Crap. Ta-da! All right. Right into the face of what could be a removal spell. Opponent does not care. Easily rewarded. Okay. Well, they're just going for the flash. Big flashy play. I mean, we're not going to race them. That's for sure. Okay. Nothing useful. Nothing useful. You can definitely take this. No choice. Just dead to another reanimation jutsu, but what can you do? Make him discard? I don't think it matters too much. Either they have it or they don't. And they still have 4 cards to work with. I guess they don't have that many white sources now. Drop their second Velomachus. And now they play Fable. They can attack and get 3rd white source. There's 4th white source. But then if they have to attack to get it, it's not too bad. What do you say? I mean, we could try drawing off the Shakedown Heavy. We could hook this. I think we're just supposed to run you out, though. Hope for the best. Discard some good stuff for me. Forget how the card works. Don't read the Tergrid. Just don't read the Tergrid. Risky block. Cathartic Pyre, stuff like that. Be pretty bad. Okay. Alright, so I need some ways to make him sacrifice or something. Good job making another creature in case of a sacrifice effect. The shield counter is kind of sus, though. We have 2 menacing creatures. If this blocks, it doesn't help us much. What you got? Take it. Okay. Now what? Now what? Hook for 4. I guess if we're gonna do that, we do this first. Maybe try to find a really good card here. Oh, post-combat Enrica's not that good. I mean, what are they gonna do? They're just gonna Angel Fire this, right? So that doesn't help. Okay. Please forget how something works. It's my best chance. Already had trample. Now we have to chump it with something. Not the end of the world, though. Underdog want to take one for the team? That way we have something to sacrifice to Henrika. Although we need to hook first, don't we? So is this both take one for the team then? Okay. Play with fire as a card in their deck. $10 mana, just enough, right? It's just enough. Hand it over. Yes, I think I would. I'll take that shield counter too. I'm going to target myself and the Titan. Okay. I'm ready for your next flying nonsense. You're telling me there's a chance, huh? Okay. 19. 19 is a long way to go. 9 mana. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, I mean, I guess we do it. Or get this back and get it back on the field. They don't need to discard anything else. I've got 2 Velomachus in the graveyard. So getting Terragrid back on the field doesn't exactly solve my problems. So I think it's this kind of line. Although 11? 11's an interesting number if I'm going to turn this sideways, isn't it? Okay. Okay. Well, man, whether or not to attack with this underdog is really, like, gut-wrenching. Could get another Henrika. Henrika is a pretty good card. Doesn't have to be Terragrid. Could get their last card, make them top deck. I think they have another Doomscar, right? That's what they have, it's another Doomscar. Okay. Like that. Put them in top deck mode. Enough mana to cast to use Field of Ruin on the cave. Down to 10. Yeah, basic in there. Basic test. Passed. I am passing the basic test with flying colors. Man. If they hit a Velomachus Lorehold, this plus this doesn't kill them. So I think I have to do this. And it means I could just die. But if they have that, I'm going to lose anyway. Because I would have to win the next game on the spot, you know? Who knows? Could draw that removal spell? Invoke Despair. Oh no. Now if they get Invoke Justice here and they win, I feel terrible because this was on top of my deck. It would have been the extra damage I need. Oh, they scoop! Okay, we got there. Oh my gosh. We overcame on that one. Nice. All right, recording this with 26 hours to go in the season. Top 250 finish qualifies for a something somewhere someday. Might be a sweaty time to try some brews, but we're gonna do it. In the name of the channel. For the good of the fans. Opponent on a plains, huh? So we could mega ramp with the dispute. They might have an ass pirate. Killing that would be awesome. Could have a Thalia. Or we could just play the Acquisitions Expert. Or the underdog and put pressure on them. I'm gonna really regret it though. Alright, let's just go with pressure. A plains could mean a lot of things. It doesn't necessarily mean ass pirate. Does it? Does it? Vanishing Verse? Hopefully. If they let me untap, that's awesome. Do it. Verse me. Alright, now I'm holding this up. On the draw, no plays on turn 1 and 2. You're a maniac. Or 3. Okay. Also, Field of Ruin with no targets. Natural Tron over here. What a master. But they're taking damage. Let's keep dealing them damage. Here it comes. March of Otherworldly Light denied! You will not exile these abs. 14. We've got to keep the pressure on. But I want to get the Hive on the battlefield pretty badly. We don't have to play the Expert here. Their hand is loaded. So we'll roll like this. And then we can start blitzing the underdog. Or powering up the Hive. And just keep attacking. Maybe I'm supposed to play Hook and Acquisitions Expert first, though. Ooh, I really like that. Because they probably are holding up more exile removal here. They seem like classic Esper. They might not have any basics left. Are you gonna fail a basics check? We can play Hook Expert and do a basics check if we don't play the other Hive, and since we already have a Hive, that's fine. Here's the problem. I might fix their mana for Wandering Emperor, but I also might just Stone Rain them. They snap a Memory Deluge. I mean, how many basics does a 3-color deck play here? Did they draw all 3 of their basics? Hey, you win some, you lose some. They still don't have Wandering Emperor mana. If they Wrath, we get to counterattack them pretty harshly. We definitely want to get Hook on the battlefield so that they take damage from the experience. And I guess we'll give them the acquisitional business. But dude, their hand is stocked. Okay. One less land. All basics. What the heck is going on? I guess they got Stone Rained a few times.
Get in, get out. Easy.
What was that, a Vanishing Verse?
All kinds of connections.
It's a pretty good draw. You gonna counter that? No? Ooh. Ah. Vicious. You go to 5. We get out. If we get this out here, unless they have Farewell. Unless they have Farewell, they go to 1. But 1 and 0, like 1 and 2 are about the same. I think we just play this. They all die to a Hive or an underdog. There's Farewell. People love Farewell, don't they? All right. I think we play the Tear Grid? Or do we hit? Hit and play Gassed? Opponent's on 2? Kaido's not that important right now. And they've got their own Hive. They've got 4 cards. They've got to make it good.
Thanks. I'll be taking that now.
So, Wandering Emperor time? I think so. We try to kill. We push for victory. March of Wretched Sorrow. You will gain none. What if you gained no life? What if you had no life? All right, down to 1, but they definitely packed their deck with some life-gaining cards. March is a dangerous one.
You can't catch us.
Okay. Good lord. If they have a counter spell, maybe they counter the Lantern. We definitely want to try to invoke. If we attack here, they'll probably make a treasure. Treasure opens up the line of second invoke. Let's try first invoke. Do you play counter spells? Or do you die? Oh, we got another March in response, maybe? Yes. Okay, we couldn't deadly dispute at all. So do we want an extra card and 2 more damage, or do we want a treasure? Give me the card and the damage. Because now they're not sacrificing that creature to invoke despair. We got a hook. Got rid of Kaito. Stick him with the Lantern. They're not gonna like that. Otawara. Soaring Site goes down. Vanishing Verse. I'm sure that gives them a little feeling of relief. They still have this to deal with, and now they have this to deal with. One, two, three, 4. Powers up. A mana short of the underdog. All right, let's do this first. Maybe they have a counter for this. Give them the business. Snap that Vanishing Verse, come on. You're scared of this untapping, aren't you? Oh wait, are they just dead to this? Because they don't have 2 cards to discard? Yes, they are. All right, Esper goes down. Soul? As in Soul Ring? Big fan. We're on the play. Let's go. Nice little underdog heavy curve. All right, we get the red deck. Yeah, let's get the underdog down. Ready to trade with some hasty something something. Easy. All right, give him the shakedown. It's probably the part where they play a Brutal Cathar, right? I mean, this is the most never-didn't habit of decks. Okay, 2 experts. Let's rip up their hand a little bit. Rope comes out, huh? If it's difficult, then they must really need that land. So now they're gambling on drawing another and keeping the 4-drop instead of the land. Okay. Their hand is busted. Keep one of these. Okay. What do they have? They have like a burn spell and a 4-drop. Okay. We need a hook. Needs to be a hook. That hopeful initiate was a real problem. Okay. All right. They have, yeah, 3 damage to face and Thundering Reiju. That's their hand. +1 now. And it's not a land. They're trying to save the burn spell for face. What they should do is burn the creature, because that would get them an extra point of damage that turn. It's basically like turning your 3-mana spell into a 4 damage spell. All right, they drew another hopeful. That's really bad for us. So we can power up a hive here. Block 2 things. If the hive survives, like say by blocking the initiate, we make a treasure, then we can sacrifice the hive to cast the dispute. Can also Takenuma, doesn't really do much here. Those who hive survive. But yeah, if they had played their Royal Eruption correctly, we wouldn't be in this spot. Like, we wouldn't have a shot with this line. We'd just be digging with Dispute, but we're probably dead anyway. Just something to keep in mind, I guess. The right target's the initiate. They found it. I don't think I have an instant speed removal spell I can draw to here, so I'm priced into this. And we go like this. Wow, opponent really wasted my time. They don't know how to use the Royal Eruptions right. Work on it, Soul. You could probably be higher rank. On the play, we'll keep it. I've had a lot of hands like this, and I curve out with good creatures. It's just they don't beat Brutal Cathar. So, we'll see. Color me skeptical. Looks like we might not face Brutal Cathar for the first time today. All right. Give him the business. Oh, cool. They blocked. Didn't expect that. Something big enough to square off with the trolls and chariots of the world, huh? Okay. Opponent has a troll. We've got Menace. So, do we bring back the underdog? Seems like a really bad play now that I think about it a little more. But what do we do? It's not the greatest hand right now. Let's start chonking. Then maybe we can draw cards later. I guess we chill. Maybe Takenuma can stir something up. Maybe they try to kill the heavy with a Blizzard Brawl and we can Deadly Dispute. It's been a minute since Mono Green showed up on, like, coming after me. Jewel Thief. For reals? And a Bank Buster. Okay, spicy Mono Green. A turn doing nothing feels pretty bad. But keep racing them. They let that go, huh? Okay. They don't understand. I'll make them understand. See if they sack the troll for the mana. Nope. Had a feeling they'd love their troll too much to let it go. Now they're at 4. Heavy is threatening to just kill them. Underdog is close. Underdog plus Meat Hook does it if that can connect. Backup Troll. No attacks. So they plan to not let me... They plan to double block me? And if I inscription one of them, they power up the Bank Buster. Okay. So much trollage. What do we do? I guess they can't double block this if I bring back the dog. So... like this. See if they've got some instant speed shenanigans to mess with me. I should have played the hook first. That way, if they did have, like, inscription, and they kill the underdog in response to the hook there, they don't lose any life. I should have played the hook first. I make that mistake a lot when I'm hooking for 0. It's one of those... I never think of it in the moment, but I always see it right after. Yep. This should definitely keep them on the back foot, and hopefully now we can just deploy a few creatures and kill them, and the opponent will die. Because they need to keep their creatures back. Also, we're drawing extra cards with the Shakedown. Alright, they go Invoke. It's definitely time to try to hook them out. Oh, they're powering up. If they attack here, I'm blocking. It's an extra damage. Then I just need to find a way to kill 2 of my own creatures. Okay. How close am I to dead? Very close. Very close. I think I'm at 1 here. Wow. What if the opponent just powered up Lair and didn't cast Invoke? Then they wouldn't have the Bank Buster crewed. Okay. 1 to 2, huh? Well, now I can't bring back the underdog, which I'm sure is part of what made them choose to do it this way. But I got this little guy. And I got this Deadly Dispute. And now I just need something else to deadly. Easy enough. Deadly Dispute. The Silent Killer. Wow, 1 to 1. And we get there. Okay, well, I mean, if they're aggro, we have a bunch of cheap cards to put on the battlefield to try to buy time for hooks. So, I guess we'll do it. Is it just me, or is Takenuma in way too many opening hands? Rafine's Tower. Probably not the matchup we wanted with this opening hand. But 2 straight Invoke Despairs. Now it feels like we have a game plan. Do we start going after this hand, or do we deploy the Ghasts? So if they remove an Acquisitions Expert at instant speed with, say, a Vanishing Verse, then they don't have to discard. So I think we play around that because we can. Here's Rafine. They might take these hits. Yep. We gotta cheese that damage where we can. Alright, we need to draw land. This not drawing land thing is gonna get old. I also don't know if I'm supposed to play that when I suspect a Vanishing Verse, but at least it eats up a little bit of their turn. Vanishing Verse is, of course, the bane of 3 mana do nothing upon entering the battlefield cards. Oh, they had a great turn. They had a great turn. A Deadly Dispute would be a great draw, though. Yeah, I mean, you couldn't script a better turn than that, and our draw, somehow we are just not hitting lands. Absolutely brutal. I mean, I guess I don't play enough land, right? That's the problem. Right, got an Infernal Grasp. I think we got a chump block. Especially with the Connive going there. But this game was over when we missed that land drop. I believe we kept a 3-lander too. It's absolutely brutal. This card is actually pretty good. I don't know if I discard it, but this is a pretty cool addition to some Esper decks, Denick.
With the right tools, we can do any. Now this is a juicy secret.
Tapped land? Brutal. Alright, so how do they gain life? They discarded their life blinker, so we have to find a way to cheeseball them. They don't have another Vanishing Verse. We get another card here. Land. Okay. Am I chumping? I don't think so. We have to keep the pressure on. These Invoke Despairs have to go, like, the distance. Alright, 2 lands. Could be worse.
Thanks. I'll be taking that now.
Wedding announcement. Ugh. Draws a card, though. Alright, we can't cast our Invoke Despair. Cool. Actually, I'll just be sacrificing one of these, I think. Okay, no Vanishing Verse. Treasure. That is what you are. I think we ignore Kaido, man. I think we just have to play the face game. Life total's getting real low. Yeah, this Invoke Despair doesn't even hit them. Busted. Absolutely busted. Absolutely busted. Just no chance in hell that game after that missed land drop. I mean, we have enough land drops. I guess I'm going to hope they're on aggro and I'm just playing pure control. I'm just scarred from all the missed land drops today, so I'm gonna keep all kind of hands that maybe don't look that appealing to most of you, look really slow. On the draw, I'd probably have to mulligan it because it doesn't do anything. Okay, what's going on here? Hagra mauling for 3, potentially. Dragon's Guard Elite. So they're going to protect that, which means the hook won't kill it. So maybe I'm supposed to try to hook it, and then they protect it. And then maybe the mauling works later? Like, if I just maul here and they protect it, I didn't do anything with my turn. I guess we could get down the lantern, but that's not going to do anything either. And the hook is never going to hit, because it's going to be too big. Oh. Well, that's a draw that changes things. Something that they have to actually get past. I think that changes things. 6 power is a lot, so they need a removal or indestructibility. But they have that card that gives shield counters now. Yes, play them. Play your weak creatures. They did find basic, so Hagra Mauling now is expensive. Nothing. All right, more big tough creatures. I'm a little bit worried about them, like I attack, they double block, they pump this up or something, so... But I still think I'm supposed to attack. If I'm not attacking, what am I doing? I have to pressure them, otherwise the heavy never draws cards. If they take 6, they're in really big danger the following turn. Alright, they're going in for the blocks, which means they can pump the Virtuoso to enough to kill it, probably. But they probably have to use some of their effects to do it. We've got to get these out of the way so that Blood on the Snow can be effective. It's the only way. Oh yes, you feel so smart. I wonder how many of these they drew. I'll have that now, please. Thank you very much. Oh, did you forget? Was conniving with your Virtuoso. Were you just having too much fun? Yeah, they won't forget that again, will they? Make them do it again. If they want to save this thing. They have to discard a spell here. If they discard a land, that would be nice too. Oh, it had to be a Miria's Call. Alright, that's why they're playing all these like frickin' spells. Spell lands, right? Also, they gain trample, so that hurt. Alright. Gotta be a land. Okay. Oof. So what? So I need Shambling Gas to die. And I could try to Hagra Mauling this, and if they don't have another, like, protection spell, I guess that's good. You could also play another Tear Grid, try to cut them off of their conniving shenanigans. If they have another wild shape, though, we're going to lose no matter what. You could also play the Tear Grid, play the Mauling tapped, hope to untap. Hope to untap. It at least makes their connives more awkward, right? I think going for the removal spell's the better line. They've already played 2 safekeepings and a wild shape. They might not have another. I'm just gonna go for it now. Get it out of the way. Great. Great, that was fun. I loved this journey. Alright, now we need this to land a block. But if they have a way to give it trample or unblockable, we're dead. Alright, what does Guiding Voice get them? Oh, they discarded a trample effect. I guess... Oh, that also works. I mean, they're just trolling me at this point. I hate them. Hate them so much. I would just like to give one of these mindless aggro decks what they really deserve. A total face pounding. I just want all their things to die. Instead of, you know, not getting lands or them having the perfect card at the perfect time. That's all I'm asking from this world. Yeah, I'm not streaming. You can make your play. You don't get to know my hand. Sorry. Oh, I got a text message. Let's see what it is. Maybe I have some friends. Your Verizon balance of is scheduled for e-payment. Okay, thank you. Just thought for a moment I'd have something better to do than watch this person pretend to play Magic. Alright, so 3 mana haste is the Cavalier, right? And that, yeah, we can attack here. Borrowed Time? Okay. That was pretty good for us. Another color. An enchantment stack? This could be bad. Meathook is going to have to go to work. Let's see what they think of this decision to take damage or not. They think I get to draw cards. Well, we're not going to miss a land drop this game. We found all the land drops that were missing for the last several games. It's been one of those days. Okay, so you are Crouching Tiger, Hidden Rune gamer. Great. Great, great, great. Haven't had my fill of runes lately. They are pretty low on cards. And this will deny them the card draw. Trying to decide if I also... Yeah, let's get that out of the graveyard, right? Man, am I going to need these treasures for the future? Or, like... I'm wondering if I should worry about them powering up Den and attacking. I guess if that's their turn, I'm happy with it, right? I don't want to burn these treasures on Field of Ruin to take out Den if I'd actually like them to power up Den. And last time they let me draw, so maybe they'll do that again. Easy. So glad we have that 6th land in our hand. Talk about a flood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 land if you count the mauling. 12 land out of 16 cards. Underdoggy. Pretty close to this Meathook. It does feel like it should be a Meathook turn. We could also blitz the dog if we burn the treasures. Okay, then. Not like I have a lot of other plays to make. If only they knew. If only they knew the true power of my hand.